All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to pull the reporting to build out your front of house schedule grid. First, you will need a USB thumb drive that you will put inside the bottom part of your POS on whichever POS you're going to use. That's where we're going to save our reports. You're going to want to open up the office side of Sync and go ahead and log in. Once you log in, it's going to look something like this. You're going to want to click this analysis tab, then the sales analysis report button. We're going to look for a report that says 7-day revenue. Once we have this, we are wanting to build a 4-week average to see what our trend is with guest traffic and sales. So we're going to have to, when we initially build this, pull 4 weeks of sales, and then after that, we'll just be pulling 1 week and adding that into our mix. So we're going to start in November, just as an example. So you'll want to click on the Friday, which is the start of our work week, and it's going to pull the next 7 days of revenue. So it's going to start on Friday the 4th and pull to the 10th. Then we'll do the 11th through the 17th, then the 18th to the 24th, then the 25th through the 1st of December. So we'll start up here on the 4th. For this example, we're going to pull our bartender sales. And so we're going to click the different categories that they would ring up at the bar area. So food, NA beverage, pizza, and then all our alcohol. It's going to highlight all these areas automatically for you. If you wanted to drill down and see just something specific, you could do that as well. But for this, we're going to use all of those. And then you have to come over here and click the individual terminals that are behind your bar. Most of them are going to be bar 1 or bar 2. A couple of our locations, we've added additional point of sales in them, so you need to click those as well. We'll just use these two for this example. We're then going to click print preview down here. This is what the report is going to look like. Now let's zoom in a little bit here. So it's got each day of the week and the date above them, and then if you follow your sales or your hours of time here, it shows you your sales at that corresponding day and that time. So we don't typically open until noon on Friday, so you'll see our first documented sale was $13 between noon and 1. We had no sales between 1 and 2, and $48 between 2 and 3, and so on. And so each day is going to be a little different. From here, we're going to click this CSV file button up here. And we are going to save this file. I would highly recommend you making some folders on your thumb drive. That way you can keep your stuff organized. So I'm going to go under bar sales average and name my file November 4th. I can cancel all of here. I'm going to do the same things for the next 4 weeks as well. Like I said earlier, typically you're only going to need to pull 1 week because you'll already have your previous weeks that you need. So you'll just be pulling the week that you just finished. All right. This will be our last week here. All right, now that we've got all those pulled, I'm going to exit out of here and I'll show you guys how we put this into our spreadsheet. All right, now that I've got my 4 weeks of data on my thumb drive, I've uploaded that onto my laptop and have them open individually. I'm going to pull the data that I just got from Sync and I'm going to put it into the labor tool template to get my 4 week average. So quite simply, we're going to come in here and we're going to pull our sales data starting at B6 all the way over here to I6. We're going to pull it all the way down here. So all that's highlighted. Go ahead and right click, copy, and then I'm going to open up my bartender labor tool sheet. And on my first week, I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click this corner where it says Friday. And I'm going to paste values. And it should populate like so. I'm going to do that for each week that I have. So that was my November 4th week. Go to my next week, do the same thing. Again, right click, copy, go into my tool. Drop that in. Each one of these, as I do that, I can just click it off my screen here. All right. Last one. All right, so I've got all that entered. What I would encourage you to do is come in here and rename these something simple just so you know which weeks these are. And the reason I say that is, as we mentioned before, this is going to be a 4 week average. So each time we go to update our labor grid, we want to swap a new week into this grid. So essentially, as we go into December, this first week in November, I'm going to drop a new week from December in, and then I can rename this into something new. You don't want to delete these tabs and start a new one because there's formulas in here that are set to pull certain things. So we don't want to delete anything. So once we have those in, we've got all our numbers in there. We've got our stuff labeled so we know what days or weeks we're looking at. We're going to go to our main tab. As you can see, it's pulled the numbers over here and given us an average. So if we look for Friday, on average for 4 weeks, we did $1.13 of sales from 10 to 11, $7.75 from 11 to noon, and so on and so forth throughout the day. So I would then take this spreadsheet and compare that to what our labor model says we should be scheduling by the hour to build out my template of what I'm going to schedule in Makeshift and ADP. This is going to work the same way for our food runners and our lane servers. There's just different criteria that we will pull when we pull our sales data from Sync, and you can find those in the manager process book as well.